comment,
and subscribe for more content.
Where's the notification bell?
It's to the right of you.
Oh.
What's up, guys? It's DK Wrestler here, and in today's video, it's a brand new edition of Cop Up or Pass Up. But before that happens, make sure you press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, let's check it out. So like I said in today's video, we are going to be doing a brand new edition of Cop Up or Pass Up, which those brand new to the channel, Cop Up or Pass Up is a series where I look at a certain set of Funko exclusives and essentially via detail, my own personal reaction, and the overall hype from the Funko fanatics on whether each of these items are worth copping up the money for or passing up the opportunity to get. And in today's edition of Cop Up or Pass Up, it is on the recently announced Festival of Fun Emerald City Comic Con 2021 exclusive Funko Pops. We are leaving out the t-shirt in this video because it will be included in what I believe is tomorrow's video, which will be a ranking video of the worst to best Festival of Fun exclusives. So kicking off, we have ourselves the basketball Freddy Funkos. There is the home jersey and the away jersey. These are okay. I have a little bit of a mixed reaction in terms to Freddy Funko because I'm not really a fan of them, mostly because they just use the same head sculpt but put a different body on it and not really make any use of the head sculpt to make it a unique Freddy Funko. Although these are pretty decent, the fact is that these clearly were meant to be released for New York Comic Con a couple months ago because of the New York Knicks themed color. It's hard to determine because the fact that one will be a con only and the other will be a Funko Shop exclusive. So for right now, I am going with more of my personal reaction on this one and saying pass up the opportunity to get these pops. Up next is the Cheddar Goblin from Mandy, and this thing is really detailed. I'm really loving the shade of green they used on this character and essentially the yellow eyes that really pop up with this character. I don't really know much about the Cheddar Goblin all that much, but I really like the detail of what looks to be like macaroni and cheese coming out of his mouth, which is pretty unique. And I noticed as terms of the hype, the people that don't know Mandy, including myself, are really liking this pop. Also, the hype is pretty good because of the fact that this was originally announced during the Fun Days reveals, I'm pretty sure, and people have been waiting for this pop for a while. So for right now, I will say cop up the money to get this pop. Then we got ourselves Kyle as Tooth Decay from South Park. This is a pretty decent South Park pop. A lot of people are pumped to see the return of Comic-Con exclusive South Park pops. I don't really remember this scene all that much. My co-host MD Shady does. Detail's pretty decent. The hype is decent. This is being shared to Entertainment Earth, so it's really a toss-up of whether this will actually end up selling out when this gets released or it'll end up being a sight sitter. So for right now, I will say this is a pass-up. Then we got ourselves the Airbending Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is a pretty decent pop. I really like the kind of swooshing effect that Aang is doing with this pop and how Funko had made it. But in my opinion per se, I feel that this isn't one of the best Avatar: The Last Airbender pops, more specifically one of the best Aang pops, but I also don't think it's the worst either. And the hype for this, I noticed there were people that wanted a different version of Aang. Judging by that, I am going to say pass up the opportunity to get this pop for right now. Up next is the Play-Doh Pete, which there are two variants. There is one with the red attire, and then there is the one with the blue attire that is actually going to be a con-only piece. It is so awesome to finally see a Play-Doh Pete pop. We have been wanting a Play-Doh Pete pop since essentially when they made the mystery mini set for Retro Toys lineup, and then they made the Play-Doh container for the Retro Toys. And as of this recording, because there hasn't been any glam shots yet of like the actual pop itself and what the box looks like. So to think about it, is this going to be a part of the Retro Toys lineup, or is this going to be part of the Add Icons lineup? Regardless though, we've been wanting a Play-Doh Pete pop for a while now, and it's hard to say if you can say one is a pass up or one is a cop up, because one is a limited piece, but the non-limited piece I feel like is the one that people want more because that's how they remember Play-Doh Pete. So for right now, I am actually going to say cop up the money to get both of these pops. Next up, we have ourselves the Great Garlow, which I think is actually, from what I researched, is a retro toy. So this is going to be falling under the retro toys category, I'm pretty sure. This is a really detailed pop. There's not a lot of people that actually like know about this character. Not a lot of people are really talking about, but the detail's really nice, and the detail got my personal reaction up a bit. So because this most likely is going to be a limited piece, I am going to say cop up the money to get this, even if that means you gotta flip it to get pops that you actually want. Up next is the, I guess, casual Geralt from The Witcher. Now this is a decent pop. It's, once again, like I mentioned, I think in a casual outfit. At least that's what it looks like to me, because compared to the outfits that Geralt wears in a lot of the Funko Pops, it's more of like a different attire. This looks more casual. I like the sword that's kind of hiding behind his back a bit, but I feel like because of the fact that this is going to be shared with Amazon, that this isn't going to sell out, because a lot of Amazon exclusive pops, even if they are really hyped, they end up not selling out, and then Amazon ends up dropping the price of whatever it is during Comic-Con day, and then it essentially goes on sale and people get it then. So I am going to say for right now, pass up the opportunity to get this pop, wait for a later date to get it. Up next is Tracks from Transformers, which this is a really sweet Funko Pop. I really love the detail involved with this. This personally is one of my favorite Transformers pops that Funko has made thus far. This is also hard to determine because this is being shared to Toy Tokyo, so a lot of times I would say pass up the opportunity because they end up being in a bundle, but this pop is going to be the only thing that's shared to Toy Tokyo, so perhaps, maybe, people might still get it because it's not in a pop bundle. I am going to say for right now, because I don't know the whole situation with Toy Tokyo, pass up the opportunity to get this pop. Up next, we have ourselves Punchline from Batman. Now, this pop is pretty decent. I don't know much about the character at all, or really anything about the character, but I am going to say right away, and I have my reason behind it, is pass up the opportunity to get this, because the other pop that is going to be shared to Hot Topic, like this one, is definitely going to be the one that quickly sells out both online and in store, and I feel like this one's going to end up being a major shelf sitter. Up next is the Blue Superman, and this is a pretty decent pop. I always love these different takes of Superman. People are hyped for this, and I think the detail is pretty sweet on this also. This might be the pop out of this one and the South Park pop that is shared on Entertainment Earth and might actually sell out. Plus, we've seen in the past with different variants of Superman, like the Cyborg Superman from last year's San Diego Comic-Con, that it can sell out. So I'm going to say for right now though, but you never know, cop up the money to get this. Then kicking off what was the day 2 reveals, we have ourselves Cad Bane with Toto 360. This is a really cool pop, really detailed. You got a bit of a poppin' buddy. This goes with the Bad Batch, which is really awesome because a lot of people really enjoyed the Bad Batch series. And I think people are pumped for the fact that we get the first Cad Bane pop, if I'm not mistaken, since San Diego Comic-Con 2018. So it is cool that we finally get a newer version where you don't have to pay a decent amount of money to get that SDCC one from so many years ago. I am going to say that I think this one may be the pop that possibly sells out when it comes to the Target shared exclusive. So for right now, I am going to say cop up the money to get this. Next up, we have ourselves the Jasmine with gold dress for the Disney Ultimate Princess lineup. This one's okay. It's not my favorite out of the ones they've made, and I like the Disney Princess lineup, to be honest, but the ones with the gold dress just don't really appeal to me because at least with the other ones, they're more pop deluxes. You get more bang for your buck, but these ones, like, yeah, you get a pin with it, but I mean, you're gonna have to be a really hardcore Disney fan in order to want to get this pin and then collect it with like that collector's book that goes along with it. Also, if I'm not mistaken, the last Disney Princess pop that essentially had a gold dress did not sell out, or at least did not sell out quickly, so I feel like this might actually be a sight sitter since this is being a Funko Shop shared exclusive. So for right now, I will say pass up the opportunity to get this pop. Up next, we have ourselves the Doctor Strange Supreme Unleashed from What If, and this is a crazy detailed pop. This probably, in my opinion, is the most detailed pop out of all of the pops for Festival of Fun. I thoroughly enjoyed the What If series, and this is a great addition to that lineup, and I'm sure there's going to be a decent amount of people that are going to get it, especially because it's being shared to GameStop, which is a very accessible retailer, not only for me here in Canada, but to a lot of people because there are a lot of GameStop stores. So I'm going to say for right now, this is a cop-up because I think this is going to be one of the top sellers, especially if you're getting it on the Funko Shop website for that chance of the con sticker. Next up, we have ourselves the Diamond Collection Pikachu, the sitting Pikachu. Now, I have a lot of gripes for this, not only because it's a Pikachu pop, but this is actually also the second Diamond Collection Pikachu pop that Funko has made. It's really hard to tell because I always like saying cop up because these like Comic-Con exclusive Pokemon pops are actually worth a bit more money than the commons. So for right now, even though I would love to say pass up, it's gonna probably end up being a cop up. Next up, we have Doterra from Dragon Ball Z, and I think this is a really cool pop, really detailed, and I think it's cool to finally get some more Comic-Con exclusive Dragon Ball Z pops that aren't your typical Goku, Vegeta, and probably Piccolo also. And people seem to be hyped for this pop, so I guess for right now, I will say, cop up the money to get this. Next up, we have ourselves John Lennon in the New York City t-shirt, and this is one of those pops where it sucks that this had to be delayed to here because it totally makes sense that if it was a New York Comic-Con exclusive, but of course, because of the worldwide shipment delay, this pop was delayed till right here, where it's going to be sold in Seattle, Washington for Emerald City Comic-Con. It's a little awkward. Although I do see a decent amount of people getting this pop, I also see this being kind of a sight and shelf sitter because I feel like a lot of the Pop Rocks Comic-Con pops in the past have kind of followed that trend. So I'm going to say for right now, pass up the opportunity to get this pop. Next up, we have ourselves Alexis Rose from Schitt's Creek, and Alexis is actually my favorite character from Schitt's Creek, so I'm personally hyped for this. The overall hype is just crazy. This is actually, believe it or not, one of like easily the top 3 most hyped pops in the entire con as terms to what I've seen in the comment section below on Instagram and Facebook. Pretty detailed pop for just a simplistic human character, and Schitt's Creek is a very popular TV series, but for some reason out of the 3 pops that are going to be shared to Target, which is this one, the Cad Bane, and the Diamond Collection Pikachu, I have a weird feeling this is going to be the shelf sitter of the Target selection of pops. So for right now, I unfortunately have to say pass up the opportunity to get this pop right now because it might end up actually being on sale later on. And the last pop we are going to talk about, and we are essentially saving the best for last in my opinion, and that is the stupid sexy Flanders from The Simpsons. Now this is the pop I was mentioning earlier that is going to sell out at Hot Topic compared to Punchline. A lot of people are super hyped for this variant of Ned Flanders. We wanted this when this was announced, essentially when the original Ned Flanders was announced is what I was trying to get at there, and a lot of people wanted stupid sexy Flanders. Now we have it here, and it makes sense for the whole Festival of Fun theme because it's based in a winter themed scene. Really awesome, the most hyped pop, and I know a lot of people are going to get this, especially if you're able to get this with the con sticker or even the shared sticker also, because this thing is going to sell out at Hot Topic guaranteed. And judging by my reaction and everything, I think this is a definite, for sure, cop up the money to get this pop. And I guess before I end this video, I totally forgot about the new Blacklight Jimi Hendrix pop for this because it was announced, but it wasn't announced on its own. It was announced when the shared retailers list was posted, which honestly, I like the design of this. I still don't know whether this is a new Blacklight Jimi Hendrix or this is a revamp of the one that was announced at Funkopalooza back in June. But regardless, because it's Blacklight, I will say cop up the money to get this pop. Anyways, guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed today's video on this edition of Cop Up or Pass Up, make sure you smash that like button. Comment in the comment section below and let me know what you think is worth copping up the money or passing up the opportunity to get as terms of these Festival of Fun exclusives. And like I said earlier, press the subscribe button for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell beside it to be notified of when that future content gets released. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching today's video and hope to see you guys next time. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of here. Follow us on all of our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at A Funko Popcast. If you want to check out some of our other content that's featured on our channel, you can click either the playlist that's on your screen right now featuring previous episodes of our weekly podcast, A Funko Popcast, or we have suggested a video for you guys in relation to today's video.